ancient African civilizations, the Kingdom of Punt, which we can circle the end of Put at approximately 1069 BCE, but the beginning of this empire is much more difficult to put a name on. This is one of the truly lost kingdoms, but most history agree that this was based in the southeast area of Africa that we would call the Horn of Africa. And we know that it was a significant state because it was preceded by the Qohaito, which was a civilization in that region, which history kind of places about 5 centuries before Common Era, and it was followed by the D'mt, who would claim dominion of that area and would reign until about 500 years before the beginning of the Common Era. Now, the significance of Put is that this is probably the ancestral home of the Empire of Kemet. As a recognized empire, it was seen as an African empire that existed at its strength from approximately 2500 BCE to 1069. And in terms of trade, it was very active with both the Empire of Kemet and the Empire of Kerma, which were significant empires at that period of time. And Put was known for producing and exporting gold and aromatic resins, blackwood, ebony, ivory, and many wild animals. And they have documentation of this through the Kemetic document as far back as the Pharaonic 4th dynasty. And most of what we know about Put comes from Kemet, who referred to it as its ancestral home. They often called it the Land of God, or by other interpretations, it was the Land of God or the Land of Ancestors, making it a very clear definition of its ancestral connection. Hatshepsut's inscriptions in her tomb claim that her divine mother was from Put. There's evidence that Bes, who was a goddess of childbirth, came from the land of Put as well. And there are many other inscriptions throughout 18th dynasty pharaohs that considered Put as the origin of their culture. And based on the products of trade it produced, it was assumed that Put was located in the Horn of Africa and most likely was in what we now know as Somalia. And the products that they produced outside of gold were aromatic resins that were known in the area, such as myrrh, frankincense, and of course ebony. They were able to deal in exotic animals, including giraffes, baboons, hippopotamus, and leopards. The culture of Put obviously bears a very strong resemblance to what we would see from the Kemites who came later, and are connected in ways such as language, ceremonial dress, and arts. So without getting a lot of direct influence or direct information from this culture, we can make an inference that they shared the same god as their Kemetic children who would come and establish a kingdom in North Africa later. This is one of the kingdoms that we need to understand more of, particularly what they believed and what their interpretations of gods and natural events were. But it falls squarely in line with our pursuit of knowledge on ancient African kingdoms, and we'll pursue its connections not only to Kemet, but other contemporary civilizations and kingdoms as well. Thank you for stopping at 9 Chronicles. Please watch some of our other videos, and as always, we ask that you like and subscribe.